right, people, so welcome to another edition of the Fifth Officials. And this is a very unique edition, as we have a guest here who started off at Crystal Palace, played with Queen's Park Rangers, Tottenham Hotspurs, England. He has coached in Trinidad and Tobago as well. Sawa Jablati would be one of those teams, Central FC. And, you know, he's a known face around football in Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Terry Fenwick is here with us. And we're going to be having some discussions with him as the World Cup is just about 48 hours away?
Yeah,
or less than 48 hours away.
Yes.
Less than, right? All right, so Terry, well, welcome to the program.
Good to see you.
The fifth officials. Now, Terry does be here at Blazers, you know, we just see him here now, but, you know, he never know we in the back and we, you know, and it's all kind of thing that be going on.
While he's in front.
But nevertheless, you know what I mean, we know we would have bounced up at some time and we would have meet right here. So, I guess the first thing we want to start with, World Cup starts on Thursday. And, well, the first thing I really want to ask you, before we even get to the World Cup, right? Before we get to the World Cup, because we will get there. Right. You started at Crystal Palace, right, as a youth player?
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing I want to find out, in terms of your experience on that level, from coming up from youth, right? And comparing that to what does not exist in Trinidad. I'm saying does not exist because we know it don't.
We know, yeah.
Right. So how big is that gap? And I'm sure that you could talk in current time as well.
Yep.
Right. So how big is the gap and how we closing that gap?
So, recognise I was underneath Sir Malcolm Allison, Terry Venables,
Right.
and I had a great coach called Martin Kingwright, and this guy done a brilliant job. We won the FA Youth Cup. We were in the Championship at the time.
Right.
FA Youth Cup twice. 7 of the team, including myself, became full internationals at different islands, Scotland, England, Wales, all of that. Kenny Sanson was in our team.
Right.
We're one of the few teams to win the FA Youth Cup twice running. So the first time we won it, we were 16-17.
Right.
This is 18-19 tournament.
Right.
So that was a brilliant win for us. But this was about coaching, knowledge in the game as kids, learning the game, how to change our style of play up, depending on who we're playing against. It was such an education at this early stage in my career. And I had the best people, best coaches. Terry Venables, unbelievable coach, fantastic. Great man, great friend, and on the training field, you knew everything about yourself, about the opposition, how you were brought up. And we done some great things. Terry left to go to Queen's Park Rangers, took me straight away with him, and we won the Championship there the following season, got to the FA Cup final, which I scored a goal in the FA Cup final.
Right, but
But the thing is, it was all about Terry, Malcolm, John, all of the coaches were world class.
Right.
And you learn things that you watch a game and you see this game completely different to the fans watching the game. You're watching the tactics, what the teams are trying to achieve, what they're looking to do, how they're breaking the opposition down. Are they keeping possession of the ball? Are they going direct? You would have that in your mind all the time. And as a player, and I played right back, left back, centre midfield, I played all over the defensive and midfield. I would have to know what the opposition were all about, what their players were capable of, what their favourite things were to do. And that wasn't normal at my age, 15, 16, coming through. But that's what the quality of the coaches was at that time.
Okay.
So, as I said, 7 of our team that won the FA Youth Cup twice became full internationals. 20 caps for England, World Cup, Argentina 40 years ago. Don't mention Maradona.
I want to ask you something about that. Not the Maradona thing.
You had the opportunity to play against him, though. Very few people can say that. I mean,
but you were there in the heat with the infamous hand of God goal.
Yep.
When it happened in the game, it was extremely noticeable, or was it just the players playing up?
I didn't know VAR back then.
So when you see this on TV, there's a number of passages have been on TV. as Peter Shilton one end and Maradona go up, I'm the one in between the two of them.
Yeah.
And as his hand comes up, you see my hand straight up handball.
Yeah.
Now remember, back in the day, the linesman could only make a decision on offside and throwing. He couldn't make a decision on free kicks on the field.
Okay.
You know,
I didn't know that.
We've got VAR today.
So that's the referee
Back
to
in
make
the
that
day,
call.
now the referee was in the centre of the field, which is why he couldn't see it properly. But it was handball, not hand to God. Handball, free kick, England.
Yeah,
there we go.
definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
But that was the case, and then we went 5 or 6 minutes more. We were in shock. How the hell did that happen in a World Cup quarter-final, handball, and he gets away with
And
it?
he gets a
And it
little.
wasn't even, it wasn't even a close safe body hand.
No, it was like here.
It was
It was up. Yeah, it was up there. It was.
Peter
about
Shilton,
it.
one of the best goalkeepers ever, comes out to catch it, and he gets there before Peter Shilton. Nah, that
Nah,
couldn't happen.
yeah.
And
He's
at
the
the
height.
height.
And then at his height too.
He's
Come, I don't know
5'8".
a shot. Yeah.
Shilts is 6'1", jumping for it. No, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. I mean, one of the I guess craziest things that happen in a World Cup. But
But what it's like, you know, you played at the club level. What's the difference in the atmosphere playing at a World Cup versus a club level?
Well, as you can appreciate, listen, England, we won it in 1966.
Yeah.
right.
But I think the best league in the world, Italy was great. The Premier League now's took over for a number of years now.
Yeah.
We've now got a great side. But the public are getting frustrated that England haven't won anything since. We've got to 3 European finals and lost them all 1-0. Games that we should have won,
Right.
dominated. But we're getting frustrated because of the quality of the players. We've now got a top manager, I believe, in Thomas Tuchel for this World Cup. He is cutthroat. If you're not playing well, off you, doesn't matter who you are, off you come somebody else. Bump. And that's the way the game is moving today.
Right.
You know, I think, and I hope the public recognise this. We've gone through the last 10 years plus football, and this is on the back of where Pep Guardiola started at Barcelona. Possession football, pass, square, square, back, square, keep the ball, keep the ball, keep the ball. A lot of the countries in the world, including Trinidad and Tobago, our facilities are not good enough for possession football.
Okay.
Right.
We don't maintain any of these fields, these stadium, these nothing in Trinidad. They play games on savannas that are a mess.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So these kids are learning the game under difficult circumstances. Now, we've come through this now. I'm watching PSG, I'm watching Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Arsenal. They're going direct now. They're changing the game up again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see that specifically in this World Cup coming, where teams are not anymore looking for back to the goalkeeper, square and all that, because they know the high press game's coming to hurt.
Yeah.
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 And I just think now we're back to solid defensive formations. We've got good attacking, quick players up front. So when we win it, we're not looking square. Boom! Let's go and
Right.
score.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go and do
you
it.
saw it, as much as I hate to say you saw it with Arsenal this season, they sit back tight in the back, and they hope the forwards did the work.
Yes.
Right. Let me ask you something. How good is Harry Kane in comparison to former strikers for England?
I think
Like Gary Lineker and these fellas, and if you go back.
better.
Way better?
In my opinion,
When
Harry
you
Kane
look
is the
at
best.
he scored 79 goals for England. The next best was Sir Bobby Charlton
Right.
in '66, that era. This guy's scoring goals wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're in a World Cup where, listen, he's not the quickest centre forward, no. But in the type of football we're playing today, where your two wingers are always dynamite, quick as lightning, out to in runs to go and score, that centre forward position that he plays, Harry Kane, he drops into midfield, he links up the play, he does
And
this,
he has a
does
killer
that.
pass.
And then when it gets wide,
killer pass.
boom, he gets in the box. So when there's a cross coming in, he's in there with his head or his feet. Both feet, great finisher.
What you thought about Tuchel leaving out Foden and Palmer and Maguire? That's the talking points.
I was a little bit disappointed with Maguire because I think he's come on since he got back in the Man United team. but I've got no problems with the other things.
Yeah,
You see, I look at these. Phil Foden, great player, don't get me wrong, but his form's gone up and down.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
A Chelsea player, another one that's brilliant on the balls at times. At other times, you don't know whether he's playing the game.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think Thomas Tuchel's took his players knowing that every one of them are accountable. Now he's a coach that's not asking, he's telling them. This is our new formation. This is the type of football we're playing. And it's not what you want. This is what I'm preaching. This is what we do to win.
Right.
Now when you look at whoever wins the leagues, the World Cups, the players are very important. The top person is the manager.
Yeah.
Whatever he's preaching, whatever he's putting into that team, formations, how we're playing, direct, keep the ball, whatever it is, it's because he sees what he's got in players.
Okay.
definitely.
And I think Tuchel's looking at these players are the best we've got. More direct, this is what I think will happen, we'll see with England, and let's go and do it.
And could it also be mindset?
Of course.
Like the hunger, I prefer to take a player who has more hunger and waiting to fight for the badge
Absolutely.
than a
Star.
star boy.
What I was very shocked with doing his selection though is I don't understand how he ended up picking John Stones. John Stones had nearly 0 minutes.
4 games.
Well,
Four games
I was
in total.
surprised with that, but I think what he's looking at there, Stones he can play as centre back, which is where we know him.
And centre
But
defensive
now
midfielder.
central midfield.
Yeah.
So if he wants to release other players further forward, he can have his 2 centre backs, Stonesy in front of that, so that's a good triangular
So it's a versatile
defensive.
defender he was looking for.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
Gotcha.
come on, back in the day, my day, left back, right back, centre backs, they'd be all defenders. Them 2 full backs today, they're wingers.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
getting
They're
forward,
bombing
quality
forward.
on the ball, delivering free kicks, corners, all of that, and getting forward crosses. That's what you're expecting now from your full-backs.
My bias might be there, but I think Regime is terrific at that. One of the best in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Maldini started that. Maldini was the first
Yes.
the first wing back to make
To be
forward
forward
runs and,
like that.
and then you had Roberto Carlos and all of them after that and
Correct.
Yeah, that's really what
so
the game changed.
it became
And fellas, and this has gone again over the last 10, 15 years, certainly since Barcelona started us with possession football.
right.
Football is a numbers game.
Yeah.
So when we're in possession of the ball, we want width, we want depth, but we need more players in areas so we can keep the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the defensive team keep it tight, and their job is to close the space down, have more players defensively in areas to win the ball back. So it's a numbers game back and forth. That's what we've come through.
So I believe
That's changed.
Tuchel could do the little extra Southgate couldn't have done for England.
I think he can. Yeah, I mean Southgate done a good job with the youths.
Right.
Thought he was great with that, but I think he was just too light-hearted and nice with the national thing. Seriously. When we look on social media and we see Pep Guardiola in the dressing room at half-time and tearing the players, that's because he wants to win second half. He wants to score goals, get it done. If you're too nice, the players are like, all right, smiling, and they're not taking it on. If you've got somebody right in you, you do it straight away. Boom, you come to retention.
Right, yeah. That leadership, that is part of the
That's
leadership.
structures in his head.
You had to be,
That's leadership.
That's leadership.
Yeah.
It has come from the manager and the captain.
Correct.
That's the two most. That's supposed to be the two most vocal.
That's something we talk about.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I think it was last week.
Your team very important.
Absolutely. He carries your thoughts onto the team and governs you on the side. You look at managers on the side of the field. In this World Cup, you're going to have 60, 70,000 people there. They'll not be able to hear the coach on the side of the field. But the captain will be delivering this exact same message.
need
Get
somebody
this
very
tight,
vocal.
close that up, speaking to people individually, and they're pointing people out. No, not that, this, get that done. So you're back on the same page.
Yeah, I mean England team solid, has been solid for the longest while now. I think the back line, that defensive line is one of the best probably in the world. I think Jordan Pickford is world class. Is Pickford equipment? As a number one as usual. I think Pickford is world class.
Solid.
He's solid. He's a solid goalkeeper.
My biggest issue with the England team is beyond Harry Kane, with how Tuchel has played from how he was with Chelsea, I struggle to see where they're going to get the goals from. That is me, because I thought a player like what they would have needed in the middle is somebody like Morgan Gibbs-White. Would have be a good player in the middle there. Yeah. So you don't really have Saka's there, but to me Saka has always been inconsistent.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people rate Saka very highly. I find he's too inconsistent. As a winger, on his day, he will give it the best.
Yeah.
But then tomorrow, it's not the same Saka going to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling to see where England, beyond Harry Kane, are going to get the goals.
Who do you have on the left?
The left is between Rashford and Gordon.
Anthony Gordon is fantastic too, but still again is a player that, to me, he here, and he hasn't reached the level here. And that is what I'm struggling with England.
Well, the way I would look at this, again, you guys have said it straight off the bat. This is tactics. You said earlier, England have got a solid side now for a little while.
Yeah.
We're solid because we're not giving nothing away at the back.
Yeah.
Correct.
And look, we just had a friendly game the other day. We win 1-0. Once we score that goal, boom, that defensive shape comes back in. If we nick a second goal, great. If not, we're not giving nothing away.
Full-time Italian.
And I think, and that might be his tactics to run it through. I think with Harry Kane in the team, you've always got a chance of scoring.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
If people are, with Rashford and players like that in the team, even Saka, they're quick, they're pacey, get the ball in the box. You've got a chance. But I think that the solid structure of the team is so important to Tuchel. And I think that's where we're looking good.
And
spine.
And all right. Well, as solid as
Rice in there too.
as solid as England is, of course, the World Cup comes with a lot of teams that have a lot of chance, good squads, top of the line. Who you're looking at? Who you see as the potential dangers?
Spain are favourites.
Well, always.
France second.
France. You would put Spain over France at this point in time?
Yeah.
The bookies.
To me, like France, I don't know, boy. France
have
squad
Spain
deep,
above.
boy.
England third, and then you're looking at Argentina, Brazil. Now the thing is, this is a World Cup. Who stands up?
Right.
Who's? You've just said it yourselves earlier on. These young players, some of them will come and go for it because their manager will demand it and all that. If the manager's not hands-on, some of these players, this tournament might be too big for them.
Yeah.
Might be too much.
Yeah.
You mentioned Saka. Some games he's brilliant. Other games, come off. Doesn't perform as well as you.
Champions League final.
Yeah. Big games. This is the World Cup. Will he?
Yeah, will he rise to the occasion?
Now I'm sure the manager going there will have a second game plan, plan B. If this doesn't work, this is what's coming next. And they'll be working on that in the training ground. So it's in the player's mind as well as everybody else.
Right.
That if I'm not performing, if I'm not doing what the coach wants me to do, X, Y, and Z, off I come. Somebody else is coming.
Somebody else will come in.
That's how brutal it is today.
But what you said in terms of the manager being so important. Now I support Brazil, so I might be slightly biased.
Yeah, sure.
But I honestly think the talent in all the world-class teams is so close that it's the manager going to separate them. And in my opinion, I think Brazil have the best manager in the world.
Oh, Ancelotti.
Yeah, and I think
What a coach.
I think if it's one person that could get that Brazilian team ticking, it's Carlo Ancelotti. What he did with Vinicius at Real when he was coaching him, since he left, Vinicius is not the same. They see him now in friendlies, Vinicius on the ball, scoring goals. Will you get that same Vinicius, which is going to be very important? And I think Vinicius is going to be more important to this Brazil team than Neymar. Neymar is more there, as a...
I was surprised I picked Neymar.
No. Neymar is there as a...
I was surprised I picked him.
Neymar is there as a pick for the group because all the players believe in Neymar. Whether Neymar start or not, just him in the locker room or him coming on for 20 minutes
and that's very
or
vital.
starting is hugely important. And you were saying England have one of the good defenses in the league. I think Brazil centre-back pair will be the best in the World Cup with Marquinhos and Gabriel.
Just to let him take a penalty.
Oh yeah. I mean, how I look at this, fellas, we've not heard anything coming out of Brazil for the last 6 months. This is Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, he's working hammer and tongs to get his team ready to go. Nothing's coming out in the public domain.
And then
nobody knows what's happening.
Yeah, nobody in talking. They're not even in the conversation, really.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And then when he comes, boom!
How many,
what happened there?
how many times Real Madrid won underneath him and you didn't think they were going to win the Champions League? They're not in it at all.
Man City, Chelsea, everywhere he goes, he wins.
Yeah.
This fella is unbelievable, and it's how he gets on with players. See the same conversation we just had?
Yeah.
Then players respect him because he's right in your face, demanding. This is what your role in the team
He's
is.
the greatest man manager in the world as well. When
With all them players in
currently,
Brazil.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't
Yeah,
understand.
because you have to manage egos too, eh?
And that
Tough to manage,
and that's
yeah.
what
Everybody can do that.
What I've
Yeah.
been seeing in this Brazil camp from the now when things get hot in the furnace during the World Cup, we don't know what happened. But in the friendlies and the warm-ups and everything like that coming up, is a group together. Like I haven't seen that in Brazil in a long time where they this together. And who knows? That is why I said the bookies might have Spain first and Brazil 5th or 6th or whatever it is. But the gap of talent is not much between all those top teams.
I agree.
Do you happen to have a dark horse?
I mentioned Belgium because of all the quality players in every position they've got.
Right, yes, you said that earlier.
And I look at them, and they're another team keeping their heads down quiet, but literally their front 5 or 6 are on fire.
Yeah.
They're doing great things. I think they.
They always look good leaders.
They always look good at Belgium, and then they're like Holland. They're becoming like the Netherlands.
As I said, Holland, it had an interesting thing.
Good squad, just they can't get over the line.
That's why I asked about that.
It had a German or a Dutch
A German economist.
He picked the last 4 World Cup winners.
Yeah.
And he said, and he picking it not off he don't know nothing about football. Picking it off finances and social issues. And he has Netherlands winning this World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
players, good
And he picked the last 4.
Wow.
30.
Well,
Yeah, and it's not like
considering that he picked Holland, I think that's the end of his run. Because I tell you, I've seen Holland, the Dutch have had way better squads than this. Not that the best squad always wins, the best squad that you have in any given
what I'm
World
saying.
Cup was winner. But I have seen the Dutch with some teams that you would think,
in my
they go-
recent memory, the only time a favourite win the World Cup was 2010 with Spain. I can't remember a favourite winning the World Cup other than that. Maybe back in the day, further back where I don't know about.
But I think that
Brazil and then maybe they were favourites. I don't know.
it's going to be
But
interesting.
The
2010
underdog
with
always
Spain.
comes through, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Football about the underdog.
I don't know. I like
Yeah.
that.
I think it's going to
My
be
underdog. I like Japan, boy.
I wanted to find out something. I was watching, I was going through.
USA.
Nah.
I was going through.
USA in the last World Cup, average age 22, average age now 26, 27, and they're playing for all the top clubs in Europe.
Okay.
They're good players.
I was not going to ask you
I
about
don't see them winning it, but I think they could get the
They could make a nice run.
Yeah.
as far as semi-finals.
Yes, because it's World Cup and it's in the US. You imagine the support and everything they've got.
But this one
might
now,
be controversial.
this
But I
one-
don't think they go on top the group. I think Turkey go on top that group.
this one I'm going to ask you, right? You just said it World Cup in the States,
Yeah.
and they're going to get the support, right? I was interested that you bring the USA into the conversation. I was going through TikTok today,
Yeah.
and there was a girl that posted something. She said, I really think like we, as Americans, like we in the dark with this whole FIFA World Cup because it's like the biggest tournament in the world, and like it don't hit the popularity of the game in America is
It's
just
like 3rd or 4th, eh?
right. So it's
Something
not
like
it's not the
basketball,
number
baseball,
one. Right. So she's
NFL.
like, this is the number one sport in the world yet. Like we're not excited and we're not pumping like the majority of the country now. Like every other country outside of America, right?
And what they're saying is true.
It's a huge thing. Any other country that was hosting a World Cup would be, I mean, the the anticipation, the engagement, everything, the excitement, everything be building up to the opening game and that kind of thing.
And I was listening, exactly what you're saying is correct. I was listening to Shaka and them today. And they're in the States, they're based in the States, and they're like, you wouldn't even know it have a World Cup.
Exactly, and that was a good point. So my thing to you is this: how come America, who have so many elite athletes and in all sports across the board, you name it, swimming, track and field, wherever, how football, well they call it soccer, but football has not become the most attractive sport to Americans?
Right. So I would attack this a completely different way.
Okay.
Right? In the United States now, fact, American football, where you've got kids putting helmets on and shoulder pads and all of this and smashing into each other, in later life you've got multiple, and I'm talking thousands of kids and people that are under pressure medically because of their early stages of American football.
Right.
So these parents today in the US are moving their children to soccer, American football.
Okay.
Football. Moving football. The women are world champions 3 times already.
Yeah, they were.
Right.
This World Cup now brings it to the US here. You watch how it grows and booms beyond this World Cup.
Okay.
And that's going to happen because all of these, now the next thing is, all of these American football clubs in the MLS and the USL, right? All of them clubs are owned by the association. In Europe, them clubs are independently owned by business people that want their clubs to be big and this, that.
Right.
Now, great example, before any Premier League football club kicks a ball at start of next season, every team gets £300 million before they kick a ball. Then they get their sponsors, then they get their fans coming in and paying and this and television, right, all of that. It's massive.
Yeah.
That's what the Americans want as well. Football has overtaken their local sports because that's how parents are taking it out. So I think all of their players now that are in this squad, the USA, are playing in all the biggest clubs in Europe.
Right.
This is a starting position. Then I think somewhere down the road they've got to change their methodology within the leagues, allow the clubs to become independently owned, so whatever you put in, you're pushing it higher than you can.
Okay.
Look where we are today. In England, 5, 10, 15, 20 million pounds for a transfer fee is small money today.
Yeah.
We're now talking 50 to 150 million pounds for a player.
Right.
So that's where the game's going.
Okay. I'll tell you what, we got to take a little break. When we come back from the break, though, we will get into the Trinibet Power Play of the Week. So look out for that. Stay with us. The Fifth Official continues after this. Don't go anywhere. All right? Terry Fenwick with us. And he making sense. Looking for a pavement lime? Blazers got that.
Cold beers and drink special? Blazers got that.
Z's backyard, boy. Boy. You hungry? Blazers got that.
Backyard lime. Blazers got that. Blazers. 163 Tragic Road, Woodbrook. Their specials are their specialty. Okay, people, listen up. You know how we roll on the Fifth Officials, right? So we don't just watch a game, we make every match count. So if you're looking to get closer to the action, then it's time to get on with Trinibet. This is a spot for the real fans. Trinibet is always giving away prizes, running massive promotions, and offering cash back to keep you in the game. Plus, they got those solid deposit bonuses that really help you maximize your play. Whether it's the Premier League or any other sport, this is where the vibe's at. Head over to Trinibet and get yourself set up. When you're signing up, make sure to use promo code D5TT. That's D5TT. And using that code lets them know that the Fifth Officials sent you. Remember, Trinibet. Bet bigger, bet bolder, bet better. All right, so we're back. All right, so before we get back into the conversation, I want to remind you this is the Trinibet segment. And of course, you can get your bets on the World Cup at Trinibet. And we want to take a look at the Pick 8 promotion. So you could win big World Cup Challenge, World Cup 2026 Challenge with the Pick 8. So the World Cup is here and Trinibet is giving you the absolute cheapest, highest reward way to turn your football knowledge into massive prizes. From the 11th of June to the 11th of July 2026, enter the Pick 8 jackpots and compete for a massive $15,000 grand prize. And here's why you need to get in on the action. Only $1 TT per entry. It costs just $1, all right? Uno dinero per combination to play, all right? Making it the most affordable jackpot of the tournament. Even better, you can play unlimited combos to stack your chances and cover multiple outcomes. And there are massive prizes every single round. The tournament features 5 separate jackpot rounds spanning the group stage, the round of 32, and the round of 16. The top 3 combinations in every single round win big. So the first prize is a stunning 65-inch Samsung 4K Smart TV or 5,000 TT cash if won outright. Second place, $1,500 cash. Third place, $1,000 cash. And then you have the biggest winning ticket grand prize at $15,000. So if you think you can build the ultimate bet slip, Trinibet is giving an extra $15,000 cash to the player who lands the single highest paying winning ticket of the tournament. Just build a real money slip before the semi-final with at least 4 World Cup matches and minimum 1.4 odds per leg to qualify. All right, so how it works, playing is open to every Trinibet player with no minimum deposits or opt-in required. To open the jackpot, go to the sports jackpot section and choose your round. Pick 8 matches, predict the outcomes of the 8 designated World Cup matches, pay $1 per combo. $1 per combo. All right? Submit as many variations as you want. And if you top the leaderboard when the round wraps up to claim your prize, it's that simple, all right? The bottom line, for just a few dollars, you could be watching the World Cup finals on a brand new 65-inch smart TV or sitting on an extra $15,000 in cash. So get your predictions in today. It's Trinibet, bet bigger, bet bolder, and bet better. All right? So make sure and check them out. And as we get into the recap from last week, in terms of the Trinibet Player of the Week, Shane took...
Shane, we sit down and draw it up and...
I was watching some of the games and it have like 1.4 versus $6. That team's supposed to win, but you never know what could happen. But yeah, we can do one thing.
I'll do one thing. All right, so
yeah, I don't want your
last week Shane took the WNBA action, Minnesota Lynx versus the Golden State Valkyries. He took the Lynx to win. They did. Ross took Portugal and Chile. He took Portugal over 2.5 goals. Hard luck there. You lost, yeah.
No.
What argument up?
Is 2.5 Portugal, 1 and it's 3 goals score.
It was
2-1. Oh, you're mad or?
I thought it was 1-1.
Check that,
I swear it's 1-1.
Shane tried to rub the man.
And 2 red cards in that game.
All right.
I took
So that's why I didn't say somebody see this.
No. I went to tell you on the show.
All right. I took USA versus Germany to win. Right. So the new picks for this coming game week, Shane is taking Haiti versus Scotland. He's taking Scotland to win. That'll pay $1.51. Ross is taking Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. He's taking both teams to score That's going to pay 223. All right, that ain't bad. And I am taking Mexico versus South Africa. I'm taking Mexico to win because I can't see nobody beating them in the Azteca. Right, so
Very good point.
and I get $1.42. So
Yeah, and you cross the odds there. My game, I can't see Haiti beating Scotland. I cross the odds there.
Take a Haiti, come on, shock everybody. Yeah?
So for $100 if you play those 3 games, you'll get $492.50.
Scott McTominay,
all right.
boy.
So we get back to the discussion with Terry here, and we ended off with the sport of football growing in the United States of America. And I think what you're saying making sense. This is the second time wrong for them to host a World Cup, although they're hosting it, co-hosting it with Canada and Mexico.
And Mexico, yeah.
So I could see the business end of things there.
Yes.
I know last World Cup, well, of course, we had it was questionable with all of the dark clouds circulating around the issues with Jack Warner and FIFA and choosing Qatar. And Qatar turned out to be, I think, the best World Cup that we have seen.
Very good, yeah.
Right? So I think it was beyond people's expectation. And
Well, there is a question now, controversially, right now, building up against the States.
It have a lot.
A lot, eh?
They're not letting in referees. They're searching players coming off of planes.
they're letting Iran?
Yeah,
No, Iran has to be
Mexico.
based in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
No, this is what I don't.
bad.
This is not the spirit of the game for me. All right, I understand that you're in a conflict.
Yeah.
But this is where this gets me vexed.
I only asked about it because
I
I
know.
was making a largest effort to hope that Italy get in, but nevertheless.
No.
So
desperate.
Iran is based in Mexico.
Right.
Right? Their first game is in San Francisco.
Okay.
So they have to fly to San Francisco the day of the game. They are not allowed to stay in the US for more than 24 hours.
They have to leave after the game too.
Their manager,
I didn't realize that.
their manager is not allowed to go with them. So they are going to play that game with no manager. Obviously, most probably an assistant or whatever, but he is not allowed in the US. He is denied entry.
And then it have the
I find it takes away the spirit of what World Cup is.
Yeah, I think
They have the referee too from Somalia.
Yeah, the
and they
African
say
referee,
he's
yeah.
one of the best referees that have.
He was voted the #1 African referee
In the world.
last year,
And
2025.
they deny him entry to the States.
Yeah, and he had a diplomatic passport.
Yeah.
wow.
It's
I think when it comes to
country.
sports, I mean, all the little geopolitics and thing really shouldn't be involved in
And
sport.
you see there's where the States, they don't understand the culture of football or soccer, as they would call it.
Yeah.
So you would get those things.
Well, hopefully they understand it after this World Cup because I think anything America gets into and they become competitive with is better for the sport. You know what I mean? It probably brings more money, everything into the sport.
I don't think
once they get buy-in from the States and anything, to me it is boosted up.
I mean, they're
You know
trying
what I
to
mean?
buy into cricket and it's helping. the
Well, yeah,
sport,
but cricket is that's a whole other.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a whole other thing.
cricket is what football and cricket is one too, you know.
Yeah.
NBA and NFL and all those things where the states buy into are far down the list in sports globally.
Globally, from what?
Viewership.
Viewership
I don't think the states getting into sports, getting into football, could really significantly boost football more than it is. Because you're talking about the states is 300 and something million people. Is the next 6.9 billion people watch football, you know?
Yeah.
So really and truly, they are dot in comparison to everything.
Yes, you want them in it. Don't get me wrong. And that's why it's called the World Cup. That's why I want everybody there. But you're taking the spirit out of the game by doing this. If it was up to me, Iran, Iraq, all those countries are getting things. I'd just say, well, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Until FIFA,
that way
it's
he
you
was,
to catch.
that way he was hoping for.
And Italy would have got in, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, you know what I mean? I didn't think I would have seen the day when Italy would have made would have missed three consecutive World Cups.
World Cups, crazy.
Well, yeah, that's it.
I starting to feel like I'm back in Trinidad. and this is... my hopes, I mean, I just But that's what that.
Well, last
this
year
was
World Cup, you and
like,
Trinidad
what
maybe same amount.
This was Santa feel like. But I want to ask Terry. Terry, you think what? I mean, the first time we sit down to talk to you here, and I know we talking World Cup, but I just want to throw a little local vibes in the thing, right? Do you think that Trinidad and Tobago had the players and the coaching staff and all the elements it needed to make this World Cup?
No.
No. Why?
Right then, so what you've got here is, let me go back a little bit. Jack Warner. Jack Warner done some fantastic things for sport and football here in Trinidad and Tobago, Caribbean, and indeed CONCACAF.
Right.
Done some great things. Made some mistakes that I think he shouldn't have done, didn't need to do. But he brought great things. Look at the stadium that we've got in Trinidad now. I mean, they're not what they used to be when Jack was around.
Yeah.
But he was networking with everybody in the world of football to make things work for Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean region.
We get to host a Youth World Cup.
We had a Youth World Cup in 2002. Yeah. We reached the 2006 World Cup. We have some great players, and we're getting players from here out because he was organised. The TT Premier League was organised, structured, and when you had games, you had a big crowd watching the games.
Yeah.
Because he knew football and he was networking with the right people. Jack made one or two great changes, right? He had two people running down in social media and whatever. Look, Loy was one, and one of the other guys, I forget his name. Anyway, what did Jack do? He gave them a job for FIFA, give them both a job, shut up, and moved on with football.
Right.
That was smart.
Yeah.
So he hasn't got somebody up his arse chasing him down. And Jack was great there. Since Jack has gone, right, W Connection under David John Williams, we played Jablatier, played them in a cup final one night down in the Manny Ram John. 9 of their players were Brazilian and Colombian, 2 Trinis in their starting lineup.
Sure.
Now, by FIFA rules and regulations, you cannot change over areas to play for other teams unless you've got international caps and clearance from FIFA.
Okay.
He was bringing them in to win $1 million in the TT Pro League, and then unfortunately, Jablatier stepped up, boom, with 100% Trini players in the team, absolutely, and started winning everything. Because we've got some great talent that we're not seeing today.
Right.
The rest of this region, every island, has had a minimum of 5 years development programme paid for by FIFA. We've had the money, but no development. So why?
I wonder why.
Listen, I've got my own football factory. I'm seeing kids, and every now and again, whoa, where's he come from? Now, I'm seeing it because I've got my team on the ground playing games, kids, and this is 5-year-olds through to 15, 16-year-olds. But we're not seeing the talent that we've got here. So when we watch all of our youth teams getting battered wherever we play now, the national team can't win anywhere, it's, hang on, let's go back to the roots. What are we doing coaching-wise? Listen, this was Jack's fault, sorry to say it, but I got my English air licence years ago, 91.
Right.
And in England, 17 to 20% pass rate. This was Jack's fault. Here in Trinidad, if you turn up, 100% everybody gets them because they're all Jack's friends. So they all get a licence.
All right.
So the CONCACAF do not recognise any of the licences that we give away here in Trinidad because they're getting them as friends of friends of friends.
Did not know that.
Wow.
Yes, and that's why our training, coaching of the kids is not good enough. Not good enough. We've got all of these talented kids, and they're like looking at, because they watch TV like us. They're watching all these top players, watching what they're doing. They're not understanding at early ages that these kids work on this every day of the week on the training ground to produce it on a game day.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, under Jack, we had good coaches coming in, all of that, linked with the English FA. The English FA do everything for the Caribbean region, all the islands. So they organise all of the coaching badges, this, that, and the other, that. But back in the day, Jack would give everybody turning up.
Right. Okay.
Nah.
All right.
So what do you think needs to be done in Trinidad specifically to improve football to where we could be back at a level to maybe
Take a
try and
while,
compete?
So what we've got to do is this. We've got, at the top of football and cricket, we've got people that don't know the sport and don't know the business of the sport.
Right.
Right?
Very
We
important.
need to be taken on side, networking with people outside that can come and help and support what we're doing, how we're doing it, provide, if they went to the English FA, coaches coming up and down, coaching sessions, looking after kids. How do we put programs together? Our people on the ground here in Trinidad at the moment pick up their money, but we're missing out with the kids. Them kids are they're not being seen. If you're in Blancheshire's, if you haven't got somebody working and sending your name out, nobody knows.
Right.
IRO, all over the place, you just don't know.
Yeah.
We need support from outside. We need the management at the top, which are not going to do it. Management to look for that, bring people down, and whether it's football or cricket, get the thing moving again. Start from grassroots and build it up. And build coaches on the ground up at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's gonna take some work and gonna take some time.
Yeah.
Although we should have been there.
What I always say too, a large problem with sports in Trinidad is education. I think they need to go hand in hand, and they need children to understand that they have to have a certain level of education to do anything to represent. Because when you're watching the Premier League, you'll have a player like Anthony Gordon. I'll use him as an example. He got moved to Barcelona, went in his interview, speaking Spanish.
Yep.
Yes.
Immediately. You need to be able to speak, you need to be able to do basic educational stuff, maths, English, and down here, we have a habit of, they could sweat.
Praise.
Yeah, take a sweat,
would take a
you'll
sweat
get
and play.
pick.
But I've been watching like some of the leagues and things like that, and when it's time for an interview, and you hear these people speak, it's embarrassing.
They could communicate.
Why would I, for all the talent, you could be the most talented footballer, why would I, Manchester United, take you if you can represent the club at this level?
Yeah.
And articulate what your word in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you see, fellas, you've got every professional league in the world today outside of the Caribbean region. When you go to a football club now, you're training twice a day on the training ground, working on your football. Every day you've got to go for your schooling. Education is massive.
Yeah.
It's
Massive.
key. That's
Because the fraction is that small, making it at the highest levels, right? So you've got to have that. We don't do any of that on the ground here in Trinidad and Tobago. There's nothing linked with education.
Right.
And you see, doing that too would help all facets of the country, It would help with crime, everything like that,
Yeah.
Everything goes through
Thank you.
education in this country.
Yeah.
And it's not at the level where it needs to be.
How much time we have?
We need to take a break.
We need to take a break. All right. So we need to take a break. But the discussion, of course, is going excellent. So we will be back after this. Don't go anywhere. Fifth Official continues. So when we come back, we've got to wrap things up.
And
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap things up.
And have a carib.
But and another round's coming. All right, don't go anywhere.
yeah, they mentioned.
Looking for a pavement lime? Blazers got that.
Cool beers and drink special. Blazers got that.
Z's backyard, boy. Boy. You hungry? Blazers got that.
Backyard lime. Blazers got that. Blazers, 163 Chadwick Road, Woodbrook. Their specials are their specialty. Okay, people, listen up. You know how we roll on the Fifth Officials, right? So we don't just watch a game, we make every match count. So if you're looking to get closer to the action, then it's time to get on with Trinibet. This is a spot for the real fans. Trinibet is always giving away prizes, running massive promotions, and offering cash back to keep you in the game. Plus, they got those solid deposit bonuses that really help you maximize your play. Whether it's the Premier League or any other sport, this is where the vibe's at. Head over to Trinibet and get yourself set up. When you're signing up, make sure to use promo code D5TT. That's D5TT. And using that code lets them know that the Fifth Officials sent you. Remember, Trinibet, bet bigger, bet bolder, bet better. All right, so we're back, and Fifth Officials, we continue here with discussion with Terry Fenwick, and we were just talking during the break about the Secondary School Football League and why it seems to, we seem to lose a lot of the talent passing through the Secondary School Football League. There seems to be no succession from there to senior. What's the problem with the Secondary School Football League and the structure?
I know Mr. Gonzalez very well, the chairman.
Right.
He runs schools football. But when you can play schools football here in Trinidad and Tobago, 19, 20 and 21, it's too old. We're now missing the 14, 15, 16-year-olds where if they're quality, they'll get out of Trinidad to top clubs around the world.
Right, yeah.
And you see the knock-on effect is the TT Premier League. The winning teams now, average age of the team and squad is round about 33, 34.
No, that's retirement age for many footballers, yeah.
So we've got to start with kids football, school football. We've got to bring that down 15, 16. That's the high. So then these international club sides that want to come in and take our best players can then have a 3 or 4 years development themselves to make our players better.
Right. Yeah.
At 19, 20, 21, when you come out of college league, you're too old to get a contract anywhere in the world.
Yeah, nobody don't want you.
Don't want you.
No.
Yeah, they don't want you. That is true.
They can't mold you. Yeah, they can't mold you into that player.
Your habits done there.
I always wonder why our 14, 15 and 16-year-olds just look smaller than everybody else. So. Like from a physical development standpoint, other players all over the world look bigger,
fried chicken and chips
better.
And like
I don't know. It just you see, do we have the proper nutritionists, psychologists?
None of that. None of that.
No.
You didn't even need to ask that question, and that's the problem.
Okay.
They don't invest in sport down here, and that is one of the main things we've been saying. Like, if you want to be good at something, look at, I'll use Jamaica track and field. They just grab them little children and them from 10 and thing and have them running at their work.
But guys,
it's a run.
When we come back to football, our football leagues here now in Trinidad and Tobago, they last for 4 months.
Yeah.
What are these kids doing for the 8 months rest of the year?
Yeah, that's true.
So you're not working at them, you've not got people on the ground, there's no development programme through FIFA, which we should have. We get the money for it. We're letting these kids down. And parents are now seeing that they're stepping up, they're shouting and screaming on the side of the field, what's going on? And they're right. We cannot have a TT Premier League last for 4 months.
That's crazy.
And all the players in the team are picking up reasonable money.
Right.
And they're in their early to mid 30s.
Right.
What's happening with the kids?
Understood. Well, I know you have the football factory, and you deal with from primary school level.
Yeah.
What kind of talent we have on that level?
We've got some wonderful talent. That's what I'm saying. You see, going back to my days at Jablatier, came here, in the first season I had, I was working with this all team. Then I selected 5 senior players that weren't just good players, they were good individuals.
Right.
They were mentors for the younger players that I brought in, the Josh Johnsons and Nigel Daniels and Colin Samuels, all these kids that we brought in. We win the next league. Then the age difference is coming out. Our average age was 22. David John Williams, Brazilians, what's going on at Jablatier there? They're mashing us up every game because we were structured and organised. The kids were learning off the field how to deliver. Right. Now, since Jack gone, the age level's gone up again. So we've now got all of these older kids playing in college league football, too late. And then the knock-on effect is we've got some of our older stars, fantastic players that have done great things for Trinidad and Tobago, but they're now representing army, police, whoever, at 35, 36, sometimes older than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They should be looking at coaching.
Right.
They've been outside, they've worked with good coaches, they work at good clubs. We need their mindset, what they've done in the past, how they got from here in Trinidad outside. We need them to transport that to the kids and bring them up.
And bring
Make
them up.
them into coaches. Not play, and then they're shutting everything out for the kids downstairs.
Yeah, because when they play, they're taking up a spot.
Yeah.
They're taking a spot,
All right, so before we run out of time, just very quickly here, we'll go around the table. We'll start with Terry. World Cup, who's your finals? What your final looking like in the World Cup? We don't think that at
I don't care who the other team is, but England, absolutely.
Absolutely England.
I would be shocked if it was any other team.
We'd be surprised. But you see, you have a pick for second place?
It had to
Brazil.
You think England, Brazil?
final?
You think Brazil could make this final?
Ancelotti is keeping his noise down, and when he's doing that, I know something's coming.
All right.
I will agree. England, Brazil final. They're on the opposite side of the arm.
Ross?
I said it already. Portugal, France.
You thinking Portugal and France?
Portugal, France, Portugal to win.
All right.
I will go with them. But Brazil to win, not England.
And I used to like you.
I see France in the final. I think France goes deep. Sorry, not France, Portugal. I think Portugal goes deep.
No, you can't say Italy.
Oh gosh,
Well, I can't say Italy. It shouldn't have said the same Portugal, France, but who's
Spain?
No.
Argentina?
No.
I don't say Argentina.
A quality team. As soon as Italy now in the World Cup, you're
I don't think Argentina.
You know you want to say? He want to say Brazil, you know.
No, I don't want to say
You want
Brazil.
to say Brazil?
I find we nobody ain't talk about Germany.
Because now they
That's it. The director telling us time to go.
But I find nobody ain't talking
That's
about
why they're
Germany.
not talking about them.
Don't be surprised, you know. Don't be surprised, you know.
Terry, thanks for coming through, man. It was a
showing
nice
up, you know what I mean? But Terry, thanks a lot.
Pleasure.
Yeah, man.
wonderful.
Top class.
Thank you.
Nice, man. So, people, it was a pleasure having Terry Fenwick on with us this week. And, of course, the World Cup is on. So, we got a month of World Cup. So, ladies, don't look for your husbands. We out.
Fellas, come on, let me buy you a beer in the bar.
No, we don't. We have an arrangement with them.
With them, yeah.